One person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
Shaboozey, you know you dead wrong for this, Shaboozey. Now Shaboozey, come on, gang. Shaboozey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know how I feel about this, gang.
Boozy's wild Met Gala look is still blowing up online. And now people are saying this might be more proof that Katt Williams wasn't lying about those so-called humiliation rituals in Hollywood. This theory's been around for a while, but now it's hitting harder than ever. Back in the day, Katt used to call out the whole putting black male celebs in dresses thing, saying it was more than just fashion. It was a way to break them down symbolically. But now in one of his latest interviews, Katt said it's not even about the dress anymore. He claimed folks are too busy talking about the outfit and not seeing what's really going on behind the scenes.
To show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
The actual ritual. And then he took it a step further, like way further. He straight up said that all this might be linked to secret BME worship and high-level occult symbolism that's supposedly running deep in Hollywood. Crazy, right? Some fans are calling Katt a total conspiracy nut, but others, they're saying he's been dropping truth bombs for years. They're pointing to Boozy's Met Gala look like it's yet another receipt, like proof in plain sight. So now everyone's asking, did Boozy just play a role in some ritual live on the world's biggest fashion stage? Or is the internet just doing its thing and going full detective again? Let's dig into this. Humiliation ritual has basically turned into the go-to phrase anytime a celeb does something wild or steps out in something straight up bizarre. At this point, it's like the internet's favorite way to explain anything strange, awkward, or shocking in the spotlight, from Caitlyn Jenner's iconic Vanity Fair cover to Sam Smith pulling up in that giant blow-up latex balloon look. And let's not forget Will Smith smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars. People still talk about that like it was staged for something deeper. Then there's Kanye's wife, Bianca, rolling up practically naked at the Grammys, and John Cena walking on stage at the Oscars holding nothing but an envelope to cover himself. Like, what even was that? Even Doja Cat with that fake black eye at the Balenciaga show, people were side-eyeing hard. The list of weird celeb moments just keeps growing, and now the whole humiliation ritual idea has gone completely viral. Some say it's all just random stunts or fashion gone too far, but others, they're convinced there's something darker behind it. A secret Hollywood rulebook filled with hidden signs, strange sacrifices, and folks trading fame for their soul. So when Boozy hit the Met Gala red carpet last Monday rocking that bright turquoise crop suit, matching pants, and a bold chain draped across his chest, the internet didn't waste a second. They instantly said it was giving major initiation ceremony energy. Some folks started digging even deeper into Boozy's look, saying turquoise isn't just a random color. It actually stands for spiritual transformation. That alone had the internet buzzing. But what really got people talking was how stiff and awkward Boozy looked while posing outside his hotel. Like, he did not seem comfortable at all. And the second people started throwing around the humiliation ritual theory, Katt Williams' name shot straight to the top of the trending list. Fans were quick to dig up his most infamous rants about the so-called dress ritual. And even though Boozy wasn't in a dress this time, the internet didn't care. They were like, Katt already said it's not about the dress anymore. Back when Katt first started exposing what he believed were intentional moves to embarrass and control celebs, people laughed him off. They called him crazy, bitter, or said he was just another celeb going downhill. But now, a new wave of online truthers are calling him a straight-up prophet. They're pulling up old clips from interviews and stand-up sets where Katt goes in on the industry, saying Hollywood doesn't just reward talent, it rewards obedience. And he claimed that nothing goes viral unless certain people allow it. That part right there has people side-eyeing everything even harder now. Now let's talk about a pattern that's been raising eyebrows for years. Hollywood's strange obsession with putting black men in dresses or overly feminine fits. A lot of people believe it's not about fashion at all, but a slick way to tear down their masculinity, especially when these men are on the rise. Fans say it's all about mocking their strength and flipping their image, and for many, it's starting to look way too calculated to be random. This isn't a new convo either. It goes way back. Dave Chappelle was calling this out in the early 2000s, and he made major waves during that unforgettable 2006 interview with Oprah. In that sit down, Dave dropped a bomb. He revealed that while working on a movie with Martin Lawrence, someone from the team straight up tried to pressure him into wearing a dress for a scene that didn't even call for it. He wasn't having it. Dave said it felt like something deeper, like it wasn't just a wardrobe suggestion. He felt like he was being tested, like someone behind the scenes was watching to see if he'd cave and go along with the script. And once he started noticing how many black actors were being dressed in ways that didn't match their energy or public image, it stopped looking like comedy and started looking like calculated humiliation, all dressed up as a joke. What's wild is that when Dave pushed back and said, "Nah, that doesn't make sense," instead of backing off, the director came back with the whole crew, trying to change his mind. That wasn't just a creative disagreement. That felt like pressure from the top, like they wanted to see just how far they could push him. And that's the same pressure people think is still happening today, just wrapped in fancier clothes, brighter lights, and more expensive events like the Met Gala. It's no longer just about putting a guy in a dress. It's about pushing boundaries, testing limits, and seeing who's willing to play along and who dares to say no. Eventually, the crew backed off, but only after it became crystal clear that Dave Chappelle wasn't folding. He stood his ground no matter how much pressure they put on him. But here's the part that really got people's heads spinning. Dave told Oprah they already had a different version of the script, one that didn't involve him wearing a dress at all. So if that was ready, why push the whole dress angle so hard? That's when things started looking real shady. It didn't seem like a creative choice anymore. It felt like a straight up test, like they were trying to see if Dave would give in and follow the unspoken rules. The timing, the pressure, the unnecessary costume, it was all too much to ignore. Dave even said he was thinking, how did y'all write that alternate scene so quick? Like maybe this whole thing was planned from the jump. Later down the line, when Kevin Hart was asked about what Dave said, he didn't fully shut it down, but he definitely brushed it off. He said he'd never do anything that could mess with his brand. He made it sound like it was all about staying in control of his image. But here's where it gets messy. Because not too long after that, Kevin showed up on SNL in full costume, rocking a dress, heels, and playing a female pope. People were stunned. Like, wait, wasn't he just saying he wouldn't go there? That moment had fans calling out the contradiction, and it brought the humiliation ritual convo right back into the spotlight, louder than ever. Now, here's where things really get people talking. Right after Kevin Hart did that SNL skit in the dress, his career skyrocketed. Like almost overnight, he was everywhere. Blockbuster movies, major brand endorsements, and selling out entire stadiums. It was like someone hit the fast forward button on his fame. Was it just good timing or something else going on behind the scenes? Because that same exact year Kevin hit that stage in the dress, Katt Williams was out doing press for Scary Movie 5. And during one of those interviews, someone asked him point blank what he thought about all this man in a dress drama floating around Hollywood. You already know Katt didn't hold back. He said loud and clear, "This ain't new. According to Katt, this whole Hollywood dress thing has been happening for a long time, way before social media started catching on. And for him, it's not about acting or style choices. It's about the bigger game being played in the background." Katt said it all comes down to one simple question. Are you going to play the game or not? Because if you say yes, you might get let into what he called the secret club, the one run by the real gatekeepers of the industry, the folks nobody sees but everybody answers to. And once you're in, the rewards are huge, but if you say no, that's when things start getting real difficult. Now, over the years, a lot of people have tried to shut Katt Williams down, calling him a conspiracy theorist, saying he's seeing secret agendas in every Hollywood move. Some even went a step further, accusing him of being homophobic just because he speaks out about men in dresses and calls it emasculating. They tried to paint him like he's attacking people's identities, but Katt made it clear that's not what he's saying at all. Even with all that backlash, Katt never folded. He didn't backpedal, didn't apologize. Instead, he doubled down hard in his recent sit-down with Joe Rogan. That interview had people talking. Katt said folks are too stuck on the surface. The dress is just the part the public can see. The real issue is what the dress represents behind closed doors. Katt told Joe that this isn't about clothing or fashion, it's about symbolism, plain and simple. He broke it down saying the dress is just one piece of the puzzle. According to him, the real game being played is about control, testing who's willing to obey, who's willing to submit, and who will stay loyal no matter what's asked of them. To Katt, the dress ain't the problem, it's the hidden meaning behind it. And once you start looking past the surface, that's when the whole thing starts to look a lot more calculated and a whole lot more sinister. Then Katt took things even deeper, diving headfirst into what some would call the wild side of the rabbit hole. He didn't just stop at symbolism or secret clubs. Nope. He straight up said that all these celeb stunts, the weird outfits, the awkward red carpet moments, the public embarrassment, and even the stage controversies are all connected to what he believes is a hidden form of bait worship happening among the Hollywood elite. That statement alone had people shook. Now circling back to Boosie, his fans were not having the humiliation ritual talk. They came out fast, ready to defend him and shut it all down. A lot of them pointed out that Boosie was just sticking to the official Met Gala theme, which was all about high-end tailoring and celebrating elevated Black style. One fan clapped back online saying, "It's literally the Met Gala. He's on theme. He's showing off the designer's work. What was he supposed to do, show up in a polo shirt?" Another chimed in, "Do y'all even know what dandyism is? Black men invented that wave." But even with all the defenses, a whole other crowd is still riding with Katt. They're not buying the "it's just fashion" excuse. To them, there's always a hidden meaning. And they believe every detail, every pose, every outfit at events like the Met Gala is part of a bigger controlled narrative. And for those folks, Boosie's look wasn't just stylish, it was a message. One person online didn't hold back. They said, "This definitely looks like a humiliation ritual. It always starts when the crowd turns on you, judging your every move and calling you names." Another commenter jumped in and added, "He chose to wear that, yeah, but that doesn't mean it wasn't part of something bigger. The humiliation ritual is real AF, and the Met Gala, it's nothing but a ritual dressed in fashion, full of symbolism and souls for sale." Whew! People are not playing in those comment sections, so now it's your turn. What do you think about this whole humiliation ritual theory? Is Katt Williams just connecting dots that aren't really there? Or is he exposing a deeper truth that most folks are too scared to say out loud? Is this all just about clothes and creativity? Or is it a coded game being played in plain sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get into it. Because this conversation, it's far from over. And trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming up in the next video.